Hello everyone, it's nice to have you again on this channel as we continue to discuss how to load World Bank database into Stata on our three-part series, and this happens to be the second part of our series. I am Stephen Asari Abankwa. Again, for our variables of interest, we are looking at population growth and GDP growth as an example, right? And we're going to use a dual country data set for this, and our countries again are Ghana and Nigeria, and you're choosing years from 1990 to 2020, as the World Bank database itself has years running from 1960 throughout to 2023. I think that's the latest update, but we're going to just focus on this. Right, we're going to be using the do file for this series, and this is essentially how to go about it. It's just as simple as this. And so what I will just do is that I will just copy this into my do file to make it just easy for us to conclude this session. And so from here in my Stata window, I go to the menu bar here and then click on this, which shows a new do file editor. I click on it, it opens a new do file for me, and I just paste my codes from the PowerPoint here into do file. Now what we just have to do, as evident in the previous video, was just to install the data. And so from here we'll just click on this to execute and see to install this. But in my case, I've already installed this in my Stata data memory, so there will be no need to do that. But of course, this is just routinely, and so just for the sake of this video, I'll just do that for us, and it will indicate that I've already installed it. Let's wait a little bit for this to run, and then we can continue. Alright, I think my internet connection has an issue, so let me just deal with that. I'll get back to you shortly. Right, let me do that again. Right, so it does say that my files already exist. The next thing to do is to look for the source codes of my variables, that is GDP growth and then population growth. Now I have already indicated source codes here, which are these two, this and then this. But I did that by using this command, that is a help World Bank Open Data, because you wouldn't outrightly know what the codes are offhand. And so what you need to do is just go to help World Bank Open Data, you go to edit, find, then since these are growth variables, I just type in growth and then search for anything that has growth. So I'm just looking through to find my variables. They will be under economy and growth because you talk about the economy essentially, and so by doing that, I still continue to click on growth until I come across my variables. ny dot right, so that is it there. So I copy this and I place it in there. Right, I copy this code and I place it in there, and then I look for the one on population growth. I continue my search. Right, so that's population growth, and then I copy that as well. Then I put it there as it's already in. So I just close this window, and then the next thing I do, right? I need not close the window. Let me still open it. The next thing I just need to do is to just scroll downwards. You would find an example code that Stata normally does when it has to do with data that it provides, or there are new models that have been written, codes that have been written for models and all that. So the examples for people to use, beginners to use, to get their hands on them. So just go downwards to find what the example codes are for this. And that's what I use. That's what I modified to have this particular code. So you can see, as you can see here, these are the examples, right? So Stata already gives you example on how to use it, different examples on how to load your data and then run your analysis. So this is an example. You could either use this, and this provides this provides two indicators without country, so it gives you for all countries. But if you're selecting just a few countries, you can have this one. And if you want year to inclusive, you can have this. So this is just a blend of all the things you can do. So you can choose one of the examples like this. So you can choose this, right? Highlight. So I should end up doing that. Right. Then you place it into your do file. Then you just modify. So there's my country. My countries are GHA and NG, right? So I do that. I just change it over here. My indicators are this. I'm using per capita GDP, so I have to change it. So let me change it from here. Change this, then add this into it. Right. And then you see from here you have year, and so I could just take the year from here, or just look at it here from here and then place it in there. I have from 1990, that's what I want to use, to 2020. And then I want it in the long form. So what I do is that I include long, as in this one, and then clear. In case there's any other data in the memory, we'll just clear it. So after doing this, I run my code, and as you can see, if I should browse this, you'd find that I have data on GHA, just scan only. It is possible that I may not have captured Nigeria very well. So let me see. So to be sure that I have Nigeria as in the abbreviation that I used, I could check it from here. Nigeria is NGA, so I'm pretty sure I had it right. Good. So I now have, I think that there should not be any space between. So that's what I did. And essentially, if you should do that, you have your data. As simple as that. Yes, for those who may still want to, import data from Excel into Stata. Alright, that's the World Bank database from Excel into Stata. That's a more traditional and conventional way. Instead of using this particular approach, which is quite easier, then the next series, that is the part 3 and the last of it, will tackle that. Thank you very much, and please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so.